Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the On the Chain community? Man, things are looking up. Brad Garlinghouse coming out full on MAGA, which is pretty good to see. And Garlinghouse, we're going to talk about this. We're going to get into it. And it happens to be the title of the video today, the Trump bull run. And the thing's for real. Ripple, XRP, MAGA, and a Trump bull run, tying it all together with a little bow on top. So see a little bit of run on Bitcoin today, little tiny run on XRP, and some big runs on SUI. So we got that and a lot more. What's up?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Sweet. I don't know. It's like the pig call. They always call it suey. The pig call. Suey. There you go.
That's it.
Ready to get this sucker kicked off?
Let's do it.
I'm feeling like a hey open.
It's
kind of that hey kind of like, let's get going. Hey. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, everybody, drop where you're coming in from. Everybody, drop where you're coming in from. Please drop where you're coming in from. XRP going to run more than SUI from now on. Well, let's hope so. But SUI's been a good one, man. That could be another Solana where it hits $100 to $300.
Saw that thing go way over. Like I thought it was at like 519.
Yeah, I remember keeping an eye on it. It was like 65 cents.
Man,
it's gone up. It was like early. It was maybe August. It's incredible. It's incredible. You know what's incredible?
What's that?
If we go back to the show where
incredible,
you and I made we summarized the fact that we thought that Brad Garlinghouse was full on MAGA. We talked about why we thought so.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. This next post on X kind of like really speaks heavily to that right there. Here's Brad Garlinghouse put this out a little bit earlier today. He said 2025 is here and the Trump bull run market is real. Just that statement alone. Now, if we went back 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, would you ever expected to say when Trump comes in office, we're going to get a massive bull run? Like that would have been so far from anybody's thought process, right? Especially when we saw that we Chris had gone ahead and invested heavily in Kamala Harris. They're playing both sides of the coin, trying to show that, whoever was going to win or they thought was going to win, they'd have both sides, very political sort of a opportunity there. And I totally get it. For Ripple, this is even more personal after Gensler's SEC effectively froze our business opportunities here at home for years. And the optimism is obvious and very deserved. So today, 75% of Ripple's open roles are now US based, while over the last 4 years, the vast majority of hires were outside the US. And then he says that we signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 since the election than the previous 6 months. Wow.
That's impressive. So the holdback was an administration and an entire climate that was pretty much not just anti-crypto, but anti-business, anti-development, anti-accumulation of capital. I think, that was one of the tones that had been set. And as soon as Trump won, this positivity, it was just like, there was, the 1,000-pound gorilla was the weight that was on everybody's shoulders, for the past 4 years. So it's so good to see. It's good to see Brad Garlinghouse come out, and acknowledge, the significance of what this election really means, for this country, but what it means for their business. And if their business is flourishing, Chip, if we see that, Ripple is filling, 75% of their roles they have to fill are in the US, that means they're getting ready to go into, rapid growth mode. That means that there's a lot of optimism. That means that business is looking up. They're signing deals in the United States. That means that financial institutions are gaining momentum and positivity, and they're realizing that we have a positive direction for crypto. That's all positive. Those are all positive things. and XRP sits at $2.40. Hey, you know what? Bitcoin's going to go over 100,000 again. The market's trending up. Sui's at 516 right now. Things are positive. People are uplifted, and then we'll see. And come January 20th, that's what I think the rest of the momentum is waiting for January 20th. It's like between now and then people are like, what's going to happen? How's it? What could potentially go sideways, other than, the activist judges and, different things like we saw on Bourbon Street on New Year's Eve and, other things that have been happening in New York City and, all sorts of normal chaos stuff. People, it's the financials. What are they going to do to detrimentally impact the financials over the next 2 weeks? That's what people want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I find this so positive, so refreshing. I mean, my gosh, we've heard so much about carbon credits and this and that, and that's fine, But the problem is that we want you to focus in on like what's going to build the business, right? What are the things that are going to build the business? Yeah, of course, we're looking at CBDCs. We waited on our thoughts there, but building the business. We're coming out of nowhere earlier in the year and talking about the Ripple, Ripple USD, which is a big thing too. And I now that I see that Garlinghouse comes out with this post, it makes me very bullish as well. And it's good to see that there's really no holding back. It's a matter of just putting it out there. Because this other thing he says here is he says Team Trump is already jumpstarting innovation and job growth in the US with Scott Bessent, David Sachs, Paul Atkins, and others at the helm. And they aren't even in office yet. And I think that's something too that we really need to sort of unpack. Because it's one sentence here, but the amount of progress that's being made, Jeff, you nailed it. The amount of optimism, right? There's like this refreshed sort of like, you can go outside and just breathe the air. It just feels better. Everything sort of feels fresher, and I think it's spreading worldwide, right? We're starting to see, what's happening with Elon Musk and how with Keir Starmer, how he's applying the pressure and how he's highlighting what's been happening, the atrocities that have been taking place over there. If we're a society that cannot protect our young girls, if we cannot do that, like what kind of a society are we? We don't even belong walking and living on the planet if we can't protect those who don't have a voice for themselves. And I love the fact that it's being highlighted. And I also like the fact that this is spreading, and it has been for some time. We saw it in Argentina, right? And look, and they said, oh, it can't be done. They're not going to be able to do anything with the currency. But this speaks to something that's way larger than just the US. It's this renewed optimism, the whole idea of, there was going to be the Mexico president said, no, we're not accepting anybody. No, we're not going to do it. We're not accepting anybody. And then all of a sudden, oh, we'll accept those folks back, because what happens when you get a businessman in office who's a negotiator? Like, okay, there's got to be something to negotiate. Either you do this or there's going to be a repercussion, right? Either you work with us or you're against us. So I love the fact that he unpacks this. He's talking about the new SEC chair here. He's talking about, David Sachs being the crypto AI czar. He's bringing in some really heavy hitters and good people as well. So I think the whole thing, just this whole, what's tied together. Today I saw something on X too that Lindsey Graham has sort of indicated that all of Trump's nominees will go through. Because why? Do you think it's because, do I trust Lindsey Graham? I don't. But I know something about Lindsey Graham as a guy goes along to get along. And when Trump says, hey, if you're going to make an open vote, if you vote against them, we are going to primary you. We are going to start the campaign and start raising money now. We will find somebody and you will be gone. We will replace you. This is called negotiation. This is what a business person does versus a career politician of 50 some years who's never accomplished anything, who goes over there every 4 years and starts the blah, 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 every 2 years, blah, 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 and gets nothing done. That's why it's such an exciting time to be alive, Jeff.
It's exciting. Super exciting. The stuff that's going to happen over the next 4 years, we haven't even, so it's going to be amazing, week after week when we do these podcasts, the things that we're going to be able to talk about and the reference points and the comparative. And, there's going to be so much going on at such a rapid pace. I think that's what's going to shock everyone is the pace at which development is going to happen back to back. It's just one. It's going to be really, really impressive. Hey, I do want to give a quick shout out to um, gamer life_life over on the Discord for winning our drawing on the Discord for one badass Yeti, a badass white tribe Yeti. And so I'm transferring it to him right now. And it's just like, there we go. And it is being sent. So one of the things that we are going to be doing on this show is we are going to be giving away a badass Yeti tonight on the show. And so Chip's getting that set up. So that was sent over to Gamer Life over on the Discord. It went through. There are two things I just want to shout out on that real quick. So Chip, do you have the Yeti thing set up yet?
I have it set up. It's ready to go.
Everyone. All right. So you guys start typing in Yeti. This is the bad boy that just went out to Gamer Life. He just got this one right here. He's got the yuck yuck. And then we're giving away this Ash Yeti tonight. So look how beautiful this Ash Yeti is right there. You look at the detail, the fire licking, right behind him, kind of the reflection and the look, just every aspect of that. So we're giving away this Ash Yeti tonight. So get ready. Make sure you guys have your Zaman wallets ready. And the thing is, so when you have your Zaman wallet, you do need to connect it to the XRP Cafe. So go to XRP.cafe, XRP.cafe, log in, connect your Zaman wallet, finalize the trust line, and then we're all set. And then we're good to go. So a lot of good things. Also, everyone give a quick shout out where you guys are tuning in from coast to coast, continent to continent. I know we have London in the house because
Chilly
Adrian
Orlando's
told
in
us
the
that.
house.
Got chilly Orlando. It's
Cold.
cold out there apparently over in Orlando. It was cold here last night. Went to maybe about 55, 56. We had the fire blaring for like 5 hours, which is really cool. So check it out. We got Sarasota. Got Mike over in Sarasota. We got Pennsylvania. Got Atlanta. Got Puerto Rico. Joe Bud's over in Puerto Rico. And then we've got Colorado, which is pretty high up in the mountains. If we're looking at like 10,000 feet up in Yeti country, Colorado. There you go, Chip.
Love
Belgium.
Speaking of
too.
Colorado, Denver is going to be playing the Bills next in Buffalo next week. The playoff scenario is going. They blew out the Chiefs today because the Chiefs basically were playing their second and third stringers, but you don't blow the Chiefs out. But the same thing happened with Buffalo. They lost to a team that only won 3 games all year. So that's what happens. You rest your starters, and you don't want your good guys getting hurt. So you're basically playing a college team. So you probably should beat them. It's like
I hope so.
Probably should beat them. So yeah, I mean, if you looked at that and say, "Wow, Casey got blown out," yeah, they weren't really playing Casey. They're playing guys that put on the jerseys and walk around with the helmets and stuff. But you're not really playing KC or the Bills. So the Bills had a couple starters here and there, but they had their third stringer quarterback out there who was pretty bad. So there you go. And
hey, just for you guys to know, you only have to type in Yeti one time because once it gets counted in the system, it's counted.
Crypto G. Shout out to Crypto G.
One time.
It's good to meet you in person, man.
Crypto G.
Crypto G.
You met him in ATL.
I did meet him up in
Right.
ATL. I did. It was
Nice.
great. It was good. What an eventful evening. It was pretty cool. So I want to just put this last thing he said. This is the last one from Garlinghouse in his post today. Say what you want, but the Trump effect is already making crypto great again through his campaign and in the administration's day one priorities. We are going to be, I'm telling you, man, cue the bull run. It's going to be something big. And he says it right here. This is it right here. 2025 is here, and the bull run market is real. Damn right it is. And I just love that Brad's not holding back. He's calling it the way he sees it now. There's really, and it's good. Like, optimism is contagious. Optimism is what fuels everything. Now, personally, I've seen a couple of people talking about a couple different things here. But look, it's not going to be a smooth sailing for 3 months when you got the other party and the other, people, unelected people who are trying to crash Trump, make him look bad. The first 3 to 6 months may be kind of rough. There's going to be some downside, right? I saw a guy post a video today that said, nope, high prices are here to stay, and then if you remember back when Obama knew that Trump was, going to be president, he's like, what does he have, a magic wand? Turns out he had something, because he certainly did turn it around. We were told the new normal was like 1% GDP growth. We were told that that was the new normal, and don't expect anything higher than that, and just expect mediocrity. Now we've got a story of New Jersey. Speaking about mediocrity, the New Jersey governor, a complete dope, he signs a bill that allows, apparently they have a teacher shortage. So what does he do? You no longer have to pass the literacy test to become a teacher. So you can't, if you don't read, you can't do basic math. This is all 6th grade level, by the way. Then you can become a teacher. So what could be better? The blind leading the blind. I mean, it would be fantastic, right? This is where we are, and this is why Scott Pressler, who basically was he's just a guy who devoted every single day of his world for the last 3 years to deliver Pennsylvania. And he went out and registered hundreds of thousands of new voters. A lot of them were Amish, but he's now made a new declaration, and he says, we are going to flip New Jersey. We're going to flip the governor, and we're going to flip New Jersey red. And I think people are ready for it. So there you go.
Definitely ready for it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying with Lindsey Graham. You know, Lindsey Graham. Look. The bottom line is like, great. You want to go against the grain. You want to go against. Forget about Trump. You want to go against the American people, what the American people said that they wanted, right? The American people voted because we have, I mean, first of all, you wanted basically more or less like a landslide. Got the popular vote, the House and the Senate. Now you got 2 years, really effectively 1 year before the midterms start and the campaigning starts pretty heavy. But guess what? If you don't want to go along, great. We'll just go ahead, and we don't forget, and we will take you out. That's it. We, the people, will take you out, not Trump. They'll go ahead. They'll work on the funding part of it, but that's kind of where we're at, Jeff, and I love it.
It's awesome.
It's really,
I like it.
Speaking of which, Jeff, I like about votes. When you're, I don't like when somebody votes present, because they're just not giving a true opinion. But if you're going to vote yes or no, that's on the public record. And look at these assets. These are 158 Democrats who voted against deporting sex offenders. Okay? We've got this crisis that has been going on in the UK. We had 250,000 young women raped, predominantly by a certain group of people. And because they don't want to be called racist, they have decided to say, oh, it's okay. And in some cases, they've given family members or the people themselves longer terms. But here they are. Let's go through this list, okay? There's going to be some names we recognize in here. So I saw a bunch of them, people like Barbara Lee, Ted Lieu.
Ro Khanna.
What's that? You see Ro Khanna there? Yeah, Ro Khanna. Yeah. Jeff, he's pro-crypto, but he voted against deporting sex offenders, okay? These are the people who voted against it. Katie Porter, right? Remember, she ran for the Senate seat against
the Shermanator.
The Shermanator's there, right? Maxine Waters. Nope, we're not going to vote. I mean, this is incredible, Jeff. This is insane. So what's even Lois Frankel, my rep, she's a complete asshat in Palm Beach. Lois Frankel, man, dude, she's a complete train wreck. But yeah, there you go. These are Darren Soto, but he's pro crypto. Yeah, but he doesn't want to deport Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz, Jeff, down in your district over there. I mean, why do we end up with two asshats? Look up in Georgia, Hank Johnson, another winner of David Scott. Man, these people are just incredible, bizarro. I'm trying to think if I recognize any other names in here. But yeah, this is all of them. They said, no, we want to keep the sex offenders in the country. We don't want to deport them. This is insane. This is what you do. You publicly shame people and you put their name up. Rashida Tlaib. It's part of the culture there.
Debbie Dingle.
Everything. Oh my God. You couldn't get rid of the Dingles, right? First the husband. Now, yeah, it's just you couldn't get rid of them. Ilhan Omar. There you are. Benny Thompson. You look at this. Cori Bush. Insane. These are the people who said, no, we don't think we should. Hakeem Jeffries. Shock and awe. Surprise. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Basically, what's shocking is Richie Torres.
Richie Torres, this is insane. This is a party vote. Richie Torres is very strange. Jamal Bowman.
You know what that tells me? They had there was, there must have been more going on.
Well, I don't know. Richie Torres
They took a stance. These guys. Richie Torres has been he's been moving right. But maybe that's his vote. I don't know.
Al Green.
Crazy.
Yeah, you look at this list. I mean, bottom line is this is just disgusting when you see this kind of crap going on. It's too much. Meta Lawman put this post up here. He said, halting Operation Choke Point 2.0 is not enough. A special investigator like John Deaton with subpoena power is needed to first identify who was involved, then determine whether laws were broken, probably. If so, prosecute the perpetrators, and then finally issue a public report. Pretty simple. He also sent this to David Sachs and Pam Bondi. David Sachs being the AI crypto czar, and then Pam Bondi, the new attorney general, who
That's
Jeff
right.
was our attorney general for how long? She was our attorney general for years. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was one of the best.
Yeah,
Definitely
so
one of the best.
yeah, so it's just incredible, Jeff. And
A big happy new year to Fabio, and he saying looking forward to seeing you both down under. Why is that? Because the Wave of Innovation 2025 will be taking place very soon.
We'll be releasing the date once we have some more details. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about that. We got to get Fabio on the show. We talked about it. We got to plan some time to get him back on here.
Fabio, you need to get on the show.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have to do it. We'll have to figure out some time, which I know it's daytime over there. What's it, 10 a.m., 10 something?
They're
10:30.
Yeah, it'd be like 10:30 a.m.
10:30 over there. Yeah. And so when we think about what all that's going on, this is another thing. If you listen in this interview, I saw a part of it, but this is this one right here is incoming border czar Tom Homan. He was on one of the TV, the news programs this weekend, but he talks a little bit about things that have changed.
First of all, we got President Trump coming in the Oval Office, and he's proven during his first administration his leadership on illegal immigration was a game changer because, for instance, El Salvador wouldn't take back MS-13 members when I was the ICE director. It took President Trump 48 hours to get El Salvador to take back their criminal aliens into their prisons. And Mexico didn't want to do the Remain in Mexico program, but President Trump was able to get Remain in Mexico established in Mexico. He was able to get Mexico put military in the southern and northern border. President Trump's a strong president. This administration has not forced these countries to take them back. And we have what we call a third safe country. We already have countries talking about taking back people from other countries. If for instance, Venezuela don't want to take their people back, there's other ways we can do it. There's other countries that be willing to accept them. We're hoping that President Trump will work with Venezuela and like he did with Mexico and El Salvador and get these countries taken back. If they don't, they're still going to be deported. They're just going to be deported to a different country. We're not going to be held up on removing public safety trust in this country. We got to put the safety of the American people first. We've had too many young women murdered and raped and burned alive by members of Venezuelan gangs. They need to be a priority under this administration. They're going to be a priority starting day one, and they will be deported.
That's right.
Any questions?
They will be deported.
Yeah, and I like on the other
any
interview,
open items there? No.
In another interview, they said, like, well, when is it going to happen? He's like, day one. Like, day one, it's going to start. Beautiful. Yeah, kick ass. Listen, it's like enough is enough. People are waking up. Look, do the right thing. People want to do the best for their family. They want to, they want to work, earn a good wage. They just want to be left alone. Basically, they don't want the government telling them 24/7 and shoving it down, their throats about what they're supposed to do. And this is the new in thing. They don't care about that. They care about raising their family. They care about freedom at the end of the day. And that's where decentralization is the big threat. We talk about it all the time. That is the threat, Jeff. And
it's a threat to them.
And that's what they're mostly worried about. But that's fine. I mean, it's what you gotta do it where take it where you can. And I just feel like we've got so much momentum that's bubbling up. I watch this. So this is what I see. These are just regular day people who you didn't used to see this like 5 or 10 years ago, right? Well, we didn't have the probably abundance of socials like we have now, like the TikToks, and Instagram has certainly transformed over the last 10 years. But this is somebody posting a statement and then somebody correcting. So here we go.
You know what else is not in the Constitution?
Real quick, she's a doctor. Continue.
Do you know what else is not in the Constitution? Your right to vote. Your right.
Voting, voting, and voting. Remember, she's a doctor.
Your right to marry.
Marriage, marriage, marriage. She's a doctor.
Right to privacy.
Privacy, but she's a doctor.
Your right to a fair trial by your peers.
Fair trial, fair trial, fair trial, fair trial. This is a fucking doctor.
There is also no mention of women or any women's rights in the Constitution.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that the Constitution is not important, but it is outdated.
You have never read it, and you're a fucking doctor.
This is what I love. I mean, people are just sitting there that Reddit. Yeah, people want to change. We got to get rid of it. It's outdated. That was the brilliance of the Constitution. It was the founders got together and over a period of, a number of years, before they ratified the Constitution and before we added other additional amendments to it. How could they anticipate that this train coming off the tracks? That's what they try to think about, right? That's why we have the Second Amendment. It doesn't say you have the right to bear muskets. It says bear arms, right? They knew that weapons would evolve over time, right? They go like, well, they didn't have multi-shooters back then. They did. If you go back to the late 1700s, they did have them, right? Where they could fire around.
That's right. And it even goes, a step beyond that also. I mean, if you think about it, the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So it's not just the right to bear arms, but also the need for a well-regulated militia, and so that is also very important. And when you have to have a well-regulated militia, which is, necessary for the security of the state, in order to that, then you have to make sure that the people are able to arm themselves. And then it's a matter of protecting yourself from any criminal entity, whether it's foreign or domestic, and that's the point. So the government doesn't get to issue, if they want to change the Constitution. The problem with so many people out there, they're not reading the Constitution. They don't even open the Constitution. They want to claim it's outdated. Maybe it's because the Constitution's too big. Maybe it's too heavy.
Maybe. I don't know if it's too.
Maybe this is the problem. They can't read this. Is it that difficult to open this up and you get to the amendment parts and start reading through it? Not everybody went to law school and had to read the pages and understand case law and stuff like that. But maybe it's just so difficult to read the 10 pages of amendments. They just can't do it.
Well, I think it's more about comprehension too. I think comprehension plays certainly a large part. If you think about the idea that, the way it's worded, I have a feeling that some people just don't have the comprehension skills. They'll read it, but they don't understand what it means. And so rather than dig a little bit further or try to gain some understanding, just a dumb document. We should change it and we should alter it. And it's like one of the few it's the only constitution that limits the power of the government. Every other constitution basically tells the government how it can basically take its thumb and shove it down your throat. I mean, that's kind of how it works. And it's funny, after almost 200, coming up on 250 years since our basic founding in the U.S., and it's weird that no other country thought like, maybe we should write our own constitution from the people up and tell the government what it can't do. Nah, let's just proceed with what we have. It's like
it works so great.
And that works fine for the government people and the officials. We don't need that. I mean, I even saw something from somebody on CNN who gave a testimony. I'll have to look for this thing, but this was pretty good to sort of share, because some people are waking up on the left and they're going like, hey, how about some self-reflection here? And others are just doubling down. They're like, no, full steam ahead. You watch people being interviewed and you're like, well, did you see that? No. Okay, well, yeah, they don't show that in the liberal media. Well, did you see when this happened? No. That's because you live in a bubble and you want your perfect little bubble. And I read lots of leftist publications and lots of stuff to see whatever, but you'll never see that go the opposite way. No, it's just the liars and the fake news and this and that. And when we think about When we think about blockchain, we think about interoperability. You think about how blockchains can, if projects can have this interoperability between them, it's no longer about having this one thing. It's about how does it communicate? And if you look at the RLUSD and Ripple's USD, their stable coin, they basically positioned it for XRPL, but they also positioned it for ETH, for Ethereum too, right? Because they're not trying to live in a little box. They're trying to go to a wider audience. And so you want to make it easier for people, and they'll incorporate more in Bitcoin and everything else. So like this is where it's at, this interoperability, this cooperation, this decentralized sort of thought pattern is shaking up the world. And that's where it always surprised me in some companies that kind of leaned a little left on the politics side were really pro crypto, but some of them are sort of rethinking it too. Like they're sort of winding things down and coming back a little bit. So I think there's some of that that's going on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounded like our drunk soundboard guy. Yeah. Yeah. With the clap. Dude, the semi weird drunk. Sometimes you think like, some things are coincidences, like, that's just a coincidence. Like there's so many coincidences. This is kind of weird. So President Biden gave out the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's some made up award that the president gives you and you have a ceremony and la la la. But check this out. This is the guy right here who got the who this is with the guy that tried to assassinate Trump. Here he is in a picture with him. And he's getting a Presidential Medal of Honor. Sure. Okay. That makes sense. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Probably some random dude came up to him and took a photo. Probably what happened, Jeff. But I mean, some of the, it's just insane to me that the number of people that, there's really they don't masquerade it. They don't hide it anymore. They just, it's all just, for the world to see. Right.
Well, it's true. Look at that, Chip. Look at those.
Where's that? What's going on? Look at that. You got North America and Asia going off, man.
Look at those trades. 250,000 trades in the last 60 seconds. 250,000 trades. But no, 255,000 traded in the past minute. XRP traded. Like every 60 seconds. Look at that. Just look at that number.
It's beautiful, Jeff.
And then it sits there. Look at all that movement. It's pretty impressive. Man, you could just sit here and watch this all day. We just go full screen. That could be the rest of the show.
That's it right there. And there's other streamers that do that. That's what they do. They put that up there, and that's pretty much all they do.
That's all it does. People come on and hang out in the chat and watch that thing go. It's pretty impressive. It's taking up a lot of resources. It's amazing how much resource this takes up.
The Italian Prime Minister was at Mar-a-Lago again. Wasn't she just there like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, amazing. I believe so. There's some stuff. Well, things are heating up over in Europe right now. So, we got to get everybody ready. Things are definitely getting organized, getting coordinated. They had the big, the big Jubilee, big 2025 Jubilee is taking place over in Italy also. So that's exciting. Let's see. That is happened. Well, it's already happened, basically. Right now, it ends tomorrow. Tomorrow's the official end of the Jubilee. That was the Catholic Holy Year that takes place in Italy from December 24th to January 6th. It's a time of spiritual renewal and celebration. So millions of pilgrims have gone to visit Rome and the Vatican, and the reconnection with faith and all of that. And it was amazing when we were over there in October. They were talking about the Jubilee, and there were a lot of areas that we couldn't see because they were fixing things up. So like the fountain, there were a lot of things that we couldn't actually see, but we did do, the tour of the Vatican and the Vatican Library, and so.
Did you go to that special
Cool.
place in the Vatican where young people are tied up? Did you go to that part, or no? Did they miss that?
Yeah, they brought us right to the basement where all that takes place.
I figured they probably
Yeah.
probably one of the first things they did, right? They're like, yeah, let's get you set up proper,
Right.
I mean, look, I spent my life around the Catholic Church. My parents Catholic, grew up Catholic schools, the whole nine, my whole world, and still go to Catholic Church. But even though there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily buy, but I'm more into the Christian portion of it. But
Yeah.
there's that sort of like, they say the only thing worse than Catholic guilt is Jewish guilt. So I think the Catholic guilt part of it, like you feel like you have to go, like you feel like it's been pounded into you, like you got to kind of like show up once in a while and do your thing. But there's that part of it. Let's go into. Did you see what happened when Hillary got her medal, Jeff? I don't know if you saw this, but so Hillary Clinton also got the medal, the presidential, freedom. What is it? Medal of Freedom honor. Here it is. Now watch what happens after. We'll see if you catch this. What happens right after this? There it is. Clips it on. Can you get it? Yep. Cast it on there. There you go. Same with Hillary too. Now watch this, Jeff. This is so Hillary right here.
My God.
I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, I'm surprised more people didn't talk about this. This is insane,
Oh my
right?
God.
Congress. There it is.
Off with it.
There you go.
That's awesome. Yeah. Looking good. Breaking by Wednesday, Justin Trudeau expected to announce resignation as Prime Minister of Canada. Maybe. The Trump effect is real, and a good
Bring
reason
on
why.
Pierre Poilievre, man, and Pierre Poilievre is probably, again, Jeff. He's so fantastic. He was on with Jordan Peterson, who has a amazing podcast. He's on there for an hour and a half. I listened to the whole thing. Guy's just quick, man. Guy's just on fire, and I think it almost warrants playing the Pierre what do you call it, interview again. It's just so good. Let's see. Here we go. Here it is. I had to find it.
Play that, and then we're going to talk about Pablo's question.
Yeah, we definitely will. Well, let's just watch this. And this is going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. And man, we're just in for a roll. We're just looking good.
Because this video, I stocked up on apples.
Yeah, they should have an apple czar. So anytime he shows, Porter starts talking to him, he just starts eating an apple while he's doing the interview. Like, this is what I'm hoping. Like, yeah, okay, do whatever you got to do, but please have an apple czar so they can hand you a fresh apple, because maybe it'll be a Fuji one time, maybe it'll be a CRISPR another time, maybe a Granny Smith to kind of change it up a little bit. But this is what you do. Now, some reporter, from the mainstream media shows up totally unprepared to pretend to have an interview. This is like from 2 years ago, but here we go.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type of ideological spectrum.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways, I don't
really believe in that.
Okay, a lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
like who?
I don't know who, but
well, you're the one who asked the question, so yeah. You must know somebody.
Okay, I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
What are you
also,
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a, it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense.
Okay.
Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. The guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
Masterful.
Bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
That's right. You want to be able to afford your rent again, your mortgage? Vote Pierre Poilievre. There you go. Guy is going to be fantastic. And if you really want to go check out a really fantastic interview, he breaks it all down. And I know there have been clips, but that Jordan Peterson is excellent. It's about an hour and a half. But if you like driving in the car somewhere, just put it on. It's really good. You'll really get to see, in contrast, what a real leader looks like, who's got really good backing, strong foundational stuff, people ready for cabinet offices. Probably not as well known as some of the people that Trump's putting in there, but these are people who are ready to go to work, get to work, and do the work of the people. And that's what I really thought kind of came out of the interview. And the guy's like, he's on fire, he's prepared, right? But this is it. Make Canada great again. Make every country great again, right? Make Australia great again. Make every country. And Trump said this at the UN speech. Listen, I'm talking about America first, but you should be putting your country first. Every decision you make should be in terms of what benefits your country and what makes it great. That's it. And that's it. So if everybody kind of goes into it with that sort of mindset, instead of trying to needle the people, torment the people, better than, talk down, that's not what it's about. You're going to have a better functioning society if it's we, the people, come together and we have a sort of a government. Is it going to happen? Is it going to be some utopia? No, it's not. It's never going to be. There's always going to be opposing forces. But I think we can get the. Hey, put that up, Jeff. And I'm like, it starts me right to rant. Yeah, I was just getting into it, but I'm not going to go on that much of a rant there. I'm going to kind of slow it back a little bit, but yeah, don't get me started, Jeff. Don't get me started. But that's where it starts.
That's right.
This is it right here. How to own a cuck 101. Pretty much. Give me the page. What's the page?
Boom.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's so many great one-liners in there, and I've seen it so many times, Jeff, that it's just like every once in a while we ought to play that. But it's just like reporter walks up to him, asks him a question. The apples are, tosses him an apple. He picks it out of the air and starts eating the apple. He should even have, how we have our lemon trees.
That's right. He needs an apple tree.
Interview like a little apple tree in the back, or apples hanging, or like even bushels of apples. Those
That'd be great. Get knocked over a bushel filled with apples.
The apples stacked up. I'm telling you,
I love it.
Symbolic of how you own a cuck 101. That's exactly it.
Exactly. So go check this out. BadassYetisCoffee.com. Go check out some Obsidian Bold, some Noir Symphony. If you like the dark roast, get the whole bean, and stay tuned over on the Discord, because we are making an update. So there'll be bigger discounts coming for those with the Yetis, and it's going to work for both the blue and the white. We're just fixing the discounts, and that'll be rolling out pretty soon to get some updates on that. And I think people will like that. People will be really happy, which would be really cool. Man, Chip, this is a lot of great things going on here. Looking at the chat, people that are coming in, which is really cool. Love to see people talking about the Yeti. Why? Because we're giving away a badass Yeti today. Going to give away one of the badass Yetis from the White Tribe, and we're giving away this awesome Ash Yeti. So if you haven't typed in Yeti, type in Yeti. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because those are the things to do, whether you're watching on the live or on the replay. If you're watching on the replay, you can't really type in Yeti and win. It doesn't work that way, but you could jump over to the Discord. And if you come over to the Discord, you can enter the drawings on the Discord. So I'm going to throw in the Discord channel here in 1 second. There'll be a link to the Discord where you can say, or where you can join in and wait and stay tuned for the next giveaway that we're going to be doing on the Badass Yetis Discord, which is now Badassery. It's a Badassery Discord. So we're getting ready to do this drawing. And then as soon as we do the drawing, make sure you guys have your Xamen wallet ready to go. Because if you have the Xamen wallet ready to go, guess what? That's how we need the address as soon as you win. So stay tuned for that. And we might even just do the drawing here in a minute. That way it gives people time. We're not pressed right at the end. We can wait for someone to get their wallet.
So if you guys want, if you're interested in winning a Badass Yeti and you have a Xamen wallet, so once the person that wins will have to type in, I'm here, I'm getting my wallet address. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then we will know that you are here, and we will be able, it's 26 people right now. So it's one of 26 chance. CD Dubs, what's up? Go Bills. Bills lost today to the third stringers. They lost to a college team. I mean, the New England beat a college team basically today. So there you go.
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right. So why don't we, Chip, before we talk about the $4 XRP and beyond, why don't we do the drawing? Because we're kind of at that point. Then people can get their stuff ready to go here.
Last chance to type in Yeti. No takers. Okay.
Champ. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Chiefs did too. Yeah, the Chiefs had their third and fourth stringers. The Chiefs had people that they signed yesterday to go Bills, baby. Yeah, that's my Bills buddy right there. But Justin's right. I mean, they, like, if you look at the score and say they blew out KC, nobody from KC was even, they might have seen the logos on the hat, but nobody was even playing for KC. I didn't recognize any of those names. I don't even know who's there. Yeah, there's Broncos fans. Well, the Broncos are going to get blown out by the Bills next week, so don't worry about that. Broncos go to Buffalo, so they're going to go on a high and they're going to get some reality. So yeah, there you go.
Need a badass apple Yeti. That's right.
The real team is undefeated at home, but not the second and third stringers. All right, we got 28. Let's do it. Ready?
Let's do it. Let's roll.
Let's go. Ready? Draw. Let's go. What do we got? Who's going to win? Who is it going to be? Let's go. Come on now. Sean Thompson. Winner here, man. Sean wins another one. I know Sean's. It's another winner. He's getting a tribe together. Sean, if you're there, baby, type in "I'm here, getting my wallet address," and you can DM it if you want. If you want to DM it to me, actually, you know what? We already have it, Jeff. Don't you already have it in? Yeah, we do.
No,
have it already.
Looking.
Yeah,
I don't have it.
I do. I'll give it to you. Sean.
When did he win?
I
don't have a list in here.
2 weeks ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was 4 weeks ago. He won.
Oh, here he is. But the address isn't here.
Oh, I always put the address in the spreadsheet, so you know.
It's not there.
It's messages. We put in. Looking for it here.
Man, look at that. We do have it, Sean. If not, you might as well send it over again just in case.
Looking through. Oh, you know what? I think he sent it to us on the on the chain one, because I don't see it here. He didn't send it to me. It was on the chain.
The chain.
Yeah, click over to on the chain and DM. You should see it.
See if it's there.
There you go.
If not, you can send it again.
There you go. Yeah, or you can just send it to me. I can change. Here, let me change over to the on the chain account here.
No, I'm on it. I don't see it.
I know he DM'd it.
Must have sent it to you directly.
I don't have it. If you want, Sean, send it to me again.
Send it again.
X, because I don't. Let's see.
Nope. I'm looking to see if there's anything in a Joint chat. Nothing. Got nothing. I got nothing. So Sean, you got to send it again. He's going to send it again. Cool. All right. While he's working on that, Pablo brought up a $4 XRP. Now, right now, we are sitting at a total number of chip drum roll. You know what we're at right now? All right. $2.39.
Yeah, we were at 250 earlier, 240.
We were, yeah, it was like 250 all-time high, depending on who you ask, where you look. Let's call it, let's say 380. So we're still $1.40 off of the all-time high. We hit the all-time high, it's exceeding $4. Is it going to happen in the next? Is it going to happen in the next short period of time? Chip, I think post January 20th, we saw, Bitcoin had its run, my opinion, anyways, and it's a lot of it's due to FOMO. Yeah, a lot of it was due to positive market sentiment. The entire stock market has been trending in a positive direction because of the Trump victory. But then you get the excitement, you get the passion. It's kept the market high, but it hasn't been pushing like new, bigger highs. I mean, you look at some of the stocks leading the way, like Palantir has been pushing big numbers, obviously, some others as well. So all that excitement post January 20th, we're going to start seeing that the Trump administration is actually sticking to their agenda. There'll be more positivity in the market. It's all just based on positivity. Forget about any of the fundamentals, but that the positivity is going to bolster the fundamentals in terms of economic growth, and the economic growth is going to further stimulate more positivity. The stock market goes, Bitcoin goes, XRP goes. And that's how I look at it right now. Chip, what are your thoughts?
You have the wallet address.
Yeah,
I put it in the.
Yep, I got it here.
Should be good.
Yep.
Look at this right here.
What are your thoughts on that? On the Chip, your comment on the whole thing, what I just said.
I have nothing to add to it. 100% agreement. It's going to be more positive. There's going to be some bumpy roads, man. Let's not sugarcoat it. You got the other side trying to collapse stuff, trying to collapse everything, the economy, trying to get us into a war, trying to provoke. Yeah, there's going to be some rough sailing, but I think, the good always prevails. So we'll get there. I think it'll take a little bit of time, but I think eventually we'll get there. I mean,
but
look at this, Jeff.
Here
this
we go,
is
Sean.
Dystopian Britain. 20 months in prison for social media posts, but 6 months in prison for killing a teen with a machete. And there he is right there. See that goofy wig he's wearing, Keir Starmer? Look at this.
Sean, confirming. And look at that. You can't do that with Bitcoin.
Elon Musk.
Can't do that with anything.
Keir Starmer wig.
Those wigs, those are
Elon
awesome.
Musk said, this clown looks
love
like,
that.
this clown looks like he bought that wig from Party City liquidation sale.
So
what a dope. Look at the outfit.
So horrible though. Man, killed
people
in a machete attack.
What in the hell's going on? What the please?
The whole thing that's going on over in the UK is just everything is so backwards, and you talk to people that are over there and you look at, how they're, causing people so much pain, people that are posting on social media, and that's it. You say something on social media and then all of a sudden it's going to have a negative impact on your life because you had a comment, or if you have a comment, you just say it out in public, the reaction to things are just but we were heading down that path in this country too. I mean, we saw it happening, and the people finally, said enough's enough. We're not going to allow this to take place anymore. And we were walking on eggshells on YouTube still to some extent, because of algorithm, because they had, think about all the people at X, how many people were employed. They get rid of 80% of their employees because the majority of them are monitoring and blocking people. We had our YouTube channel deleted, not just put on hold, but the whole channel was just deleted midstream. It was crazy. While in the middle of a broadcast, Chip calls me up and he goes, "What's going on?" I'm like, I'm middle of a live stream, and he
I was in San Diego.
traveling that day. Oh, San Diego, that's right. You're at the bar or something. You're like, you're not streaming right now. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm live. Delete it. But those are the things that were going on, and you couldn't say anything. So Elon Musk, purposely, putting in that purchase, it's like a salvation, right? We got, this is all meant to be, all the things that are coming together, the positivity that we've been able to maintain for the past 4 years, because knowing that American ingenuity and the American people as a collective won't put up with what had been happening. Now, other countries, man, you're not protected by a constitution. It takes so much more for people in other countries to get together and revolt. And you think about, they can have no confidence votes in parliament, and they can have multiple. It's crazy how the parliamentary system works, which is why Trudeau is so entrenched in Canada. Yeah. And the reason why it's so difficult to get them out, because of the parliamentarian system. Forget that. I mean, we have our own problems with corruption here with the deep state. It's prevalent, and that we're getting rid of it. A lot's going to change. Think about how much impact you guys have from a DeFi decentralization perspective is so critical. It just, everything that's going on right now, it's meant to be, it's all positive, and everybody's learning. The last 4 years, in my opinion, and we even said it when it started happening, had to happen. People had to suffer pain to realize what they had and what we were losing.
Look at this comment here. Osmond says UK desperately, urgently needs their own Trump and Elon. It's all going backwards at the moment. Well, they have them.
Right, exactly.
And he's rising in the polls. And this is the guy that's going to be the next prime minister right here. This is a guy that's at Mar-a-Lago every other week. This is another guy who's, in the image of a Trump, who's been fighting, for years to do the right thing. And now that they're feeling the pain, he's starting to rise. And if you want to see right here, there it is. Elon Musk calls for Nigel Farage to be the prime minister right there. He's running a new party called Reform UK. And there you have it. And Elon Musk has been a big endorser of, so you do have them. You do have an Elon and a Nigel Farage. And this is where we're headed, ultimately. And you know why I'm excited about Trump coming back in office, Jeff? Because of the way he talked to the press. Here's a little bit of a montage. We're not going to play it all because it's long, but here you go.
Adrian. Between you people, don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way. Go ahead, take the. Well, I'll give you voters. I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her. No. It's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
Could you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your voice down, please. Keep your voice down.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
You didn't let me ask my question.
You've been asking a question for 10 minutes. So please sit down.
The argument is that you bought yourself some time and you didn't use it to prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful. It's so disgraceful the way you say that. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
What do you say the Americans were scared, though? I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say.
You've said repeatedly that you think that some of the equipment that governors are requesting they don't actually need. You said New York might not need 30,000. You said it on Sean Hannity's Fox News. You said
why don't you people act? Let me ask you.
You said
why don't you act in a little more positive? It's always trying to
My question to you is,
get you. And you know what? That's why nobody trusts the media anymore.
My question to you is, how is that going to impact?
Excuse me, you didn't hear me. That's why you used to work for the Times and now you work for somebody else. Look, let me tell you something. Be nice.
Be nice. Be nice. Let me tell you something. And Jeff, tell me if any of this sounds familiar here. This people talking about Bitcoin here. Listen to this.
I can't wait.
Hey man, have you bought any Bitcoin yet? No, I'm not stupid. Bitcoin's like a giant pyramid scheme. It's like Amway for money. Doesn't make any sense based on my inability to comprehend new thoughts and ideas. Have you bought any yet? No way! Bitcoin's way too volatile. Yeah, case in point. Did you know if you would have put $10,000 into Bitcoin back in 2010, that same $10,000 would now be worth $96,939,950. But that same $10,000 held in US currency since 2010 would now be worth $8,840 after adjusting for inflation. Right, that proves Bitcoin's volatile. And volatile is a word that scares me because I don't have any testosterone in my body. I wouldn't buy Bitcoin even if I wanted to because I don't know how. What do you have to do, like go on the internet to buy it or something? It's so stupid. I'm not gonna do that. Nothing is worth doing if you have to learn how to do it. The price of Bitcoin might be going up exponentially, but that makes me insanely cautious about it for some reason. Well, yeah, that's not how money is supposed to work, right? Normal money is a store of value that continuously loses value. That's how it's supposed to be. I love fiat currency. Storing your value in US currency is like holding ice that melts away in your hand. And I say, good. I want the ice to melt because ice is too cold and not volatile at all. It just predictably melts away. You said it. And with Bitcoin, there's only a finite amount of it that will ever be in existence. And that kind of security is only going to hurt the long-term value of it. Precisely. And did you know 40% of all US dollars in existence were printed in the last 12 months? And that's what makes regular currency so valuable because they can print an unlimited amount of it.
It goes on for a long time.
Which makes the value of what you hold in that currency go
typewriter.
Up, sure, why not?
Reason away. He's on a typewriter typing a letter or something, man. This guy's funny. I forget his name, but he's good.
That's awesome.
Skits and stuff. But anyway.
Oh my God. That was too funny.
All the time we have, man. We ran out of time. Look at this, man. We're an hour into it. People got their Yetis. Everyone's excited. We'll be back on Wednesday. Jeff will be back. I will be out on Wednesday, but I'll be back on Saturday morning.
Saturday.
So Jeff will be
Wednesday.
Doing the show solo.
On the chain Wednesday.
There you have it. That's all we have, guys. Very much for
the people. Look at that. Boom.
He's wearing a Gilligan hat. Yeah, I have one of those hats.
You do it.
A hat like that. A little. Hey, you little buddy.
We need to get an on the chain shirt that looks like "We the People" written. It says on the chain like this.
We gotta put one of your Yetis there, man. Look at Sean's got some. He's got a statement by. I don't know what that is.
Stash of. Come on, look at that crypto Whelp got the Yeti.
Thank you for staying up with us, man. Really appreciate it. Guys, we're right here on time today, so that's all we have. Top marks. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Smash the like on the way out. Please do that, and we will see you guys on the next one. Right, Jeff? Please go ahead and like, subscribe if you're new here, and if you don't want to subscribe, then keep it to yourself. That's what I always say. So it's all good. We'll see you guys on the next one. You guys show up on Wednesday. Jeff put together another great, phenomenal show. I'll see you guys back on Saturday. Chip and Jeff. Oh, see you guys on the next one.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.